we're doing for the first time in our history is working very, very closely with communities on engagement and participation and working with people who don't necessarily have any encounter with the arts. And they might not be arty particularly, but what we're doing is opening our doors, our gallery doors and our cafe door and all our workshop doors open to anyone who wants to use it. So at the moment we're working with Phoenix Community Association, which is our neighbours that live right behind the building, and then Hanover and Elm Grove Communities Forum. We're very much part with that as well.
I've lived on the estate for 25 years. I lived prior to the Housing Association, building the estate, I should say, and I've seen many changes in my time.
The Residents Association, they're a great group. They try very hard. We've got lots of ideas bouncing off one another. Everybody gets a say and a chance to put their input and say how the group's going with things, and we also interact as much as we can with the tenants on the estate to find out what they need and what they expect of us and how we can help.
I think it's really important to know that in the centre of Brighton there are these little communities, and as a community we're like in between lots of different areas and lots of other communities. So we are part of Hanover and Elm Grove, and we are part of Tana, and we are part of this area and that area and this area. And sometimes it can be so hard to have your voice heard when you're such a small estate and area of Brighton. So I guess one thing that's really important to us as an organisation is that we have the chance to be heard, because our issues at the bottom of the hill are very different to those at the top of the hill.
We have meetings roughly every 5 to 6 weeks, 9 times a year, and then we put on 2 special events. One's in the summer, which we have a barbecue, and one is at Christmas when we have a Christmas event for all the young people on the estate to be able to meet Santa Claus.
Phoenix Estate, when I first moved there, was quite violent. There was lots of crime and it was quite run down. In the last maybe 5 years, we've really tried hard to turn it around and change things and make it a better place.
We are currently working on a number of different things. So we're trying to improve our relationships with the services around us. So we started to build a relationship with the police in the area and our housing association.
Now we have a strong community association that are networked in to the council, to their landlord, to yourselves at the Phoenix Gallery, to the service providers, the cleaning services and the police, and they will be defining the future.
Luckily, we've positioned ourselves with funders, so Hyde Group, who own the Phoenix estate, as part of their community engagement, they work with organisations like Phoenix and for us to deliver projects with their residents. So for example, we've got these great free coffee mornings, so residents can come if they're kind of socially isolated or they've got no connection with the outside work. They can nip up into Phoenix on a Wednesday morning, get a free cup of tea and a biscuit, and there'll be people around there to have a natter to. And for me, that is brilliant that Phoenix can deliver that.
One of the brilliant things that we're doing is we're really trying to engage with our local community, because we're right slap bang in the middle of Brighton, but not everybody knows what we are or what happens, and lots of people aren't very comfortable about coming into an art gallery and they feel like it's maybe not for them. So the work that we're doing is really a way to help people come in and look at an exhibition and enjoy it and find ways of thinking about it and talking about it. So it makes them feel included, because everybody's got an opinion, everybody can be part of the conversation, everybody should be part of the conversation. Art is for everybody to enjoy.
I'm really excited about the Phoenix Stage and the Phoenix Gallery. I think it's such an amazing project. This area had a lot of focus for a long time, but I think it's quite important to understand what residents want, and to link up the gallery and art through the communities is one of I'm passionate about, and I think it's something that we could utilise more in other areas.
It's really helping people to understand that art galleries aren't just for people who can afford to buy paintings or to buy tickets to the opera. It's actually about coming in and getting engaged. We do these great family fun workshops with one of our artists called Jenny Staff, and these workshops they're free, you join in, and all you need is a bit of inspiration and you just muck in.
I run kind of open-ended creative play workshops that link to whatever's on in the gallery. So it's taking inspiration from our really lovely collection of different exhibitions that really varies. And then I find a way in so that families can come and have a really nice time and play together and make something really different. It's a really nice space to come and just hang out, make some friends, but kind of really experiment with creativity and have a very open space where you're encouraged to explore and play and try something new. It really engages people. It gives people a voice, which is absolutely vital, and it allows people a form of expression. And I think it's imperative now that the creative world steps up and engages people and new audiences, because I think otherwise we shut ourselves off, and that's not okay.
What became apparent to me and other people in the residents group is that we needed to set up some kind of food hub on the estate, because we realised that food would be an issue for some of the families that live down here. We now are in the position to deliver food to families on the estate that need it, which have very diverse and different needs and have different reasons of why they want to access or need to access food at this time.
The food hub has been wonderful. It's helped me because obviously I can't get out, I'm in the shielded group.
First 2 weeks of I was in isolation myself without the kids, so that was quite hard, but it helped a lot because I had the community around me, and they were bringing food parcels, which I've had every week, I believe, and that's helped with like doing the kids as well as myself.
So there's quite a few of us, and quite a lot of us have been furloughed, or we've lost hours in our roles, etc, etc. So we've been able to access these food parcels that we are delivering as a family as well.
Yeah, everyone seems more friendly, everyone's clubbing together, everyone just seems, we've had a little street party, we've organised it through Facebook.
If anything's good out of the COVID-19, I think that maybe England's discovered a new sense of community, because we all talk to one another. We're not all on our phones, we talk to one another and we help one another, and it brought communication back. It's also highlighted the fact that there's quite a big social divide between people, especially on the estate. We know there's a lot of food poverty, which is something that we're trying very hard as a community association to not eradicate, it's impossible, but to try and alleviate a little bit. We're going to do a community garden, a community allotment, and hopefully we're going to get a food co-op going. So that will be great, because it means that we'll be able to buy things at a cost and pass it on as a non-profit, so that people can access food at a cheaper price.
We found that, in fact, the way that we've reshaped the project, and we're now providing activities for people in their own homes, it means that actually more people are coming forward and they find what we're doing more accessible in a way, because they don't have to necessarily come into our building, and for some people that can be quite a challenge.
The residents group felt it was very important to be able to join these two neighbours together and hopefully get the residents to access some of the art activities that were in the gallery, which we were starting to do pre-COVID-19. COVID-19 happened. We kind of had to go back to the drawing board and work out how we could roll out certain art projects to the residents of the estate.
So the free family art packs, the first batch created by Jenny Staff, who runs our Family Fun programme, and she came up with the idea of a peg doll activity, which is a really fun, accessible activity that families can do together. In addition to this, we've also created a very simple pack of materials for adults, including a sketchbook, watercolour paint set, brushes, some lovely drawing pencils and some postcards so that adults can take part in creative activities at home. Our online courses include watercolour for beginners, portrait photography, graphic novels and life drawing. And this is a great opportunity for people to take part within a group supported by our artists. This now is a really important and valuable way that people who are isolating at home can take part in something that's sociable as well as creative.
So I'm going to access the art course. I'm very interested in the art courses. It's quite a good thing, and I do love to draw and I love to paint, so yeah, I think it would be wonderful.
I've lived on the estate since 1998. I'm the original resident in my flat. I had a leaflet come through the door. I thought, yeah, go on, do it. So I accessed the graphic novel course.
I've had a little parcel thing with a dolly thing that my daughter absolutely loves. And it also brought memories when I used to do them things.
It's been fabulous. I mean, I don't consider myself very artistic, but I'm interested in writing, and I've been interested in writing a sort of novel, a children's novel, that sort of thing. And so I thought, yeah, go ahead and give it a try. And I have, and the group's really supportive of each other. It was on Zoom, which I'd only done sort of once or twice, but it's been a really lovely experience, and I've spent a lot of time doing art, which I haven't done in years.
So my sister, who is 14, she's accessed one of your art kits, which was quite nice.
It's helped a lot because obviously the kids are at home. Schoolwork I haven't really been that great with, so my daughter loves crafts and stuff like that, so it's kept her occupied.
Yeah, it's really brought like a sense of fun in this sort of time when she's had to do lots of schoolwork from home, so I think it's quite nice to have something that's not school related to be able to get on with and do and get out of each other's hair a bit in the big family.
I think really and truthfully, in the point of view of mental health, because you know, I have had depression in the past and still do have to a certain extent. I think it's a big help to be able to escape into something else and not think about what's going on in the world. And if art does provide that, art, music, it all helps, doesn't it? It takes you away from where you are to somewhere else you'd rather be, which is what you want. So it will be good. I'm looking forward to it.
No one really knows what the future will bring, but we will continue to work closely with our local residents and the Community Association to reshape the Up My Street project and really respond to the needs of the local community.